the music industry loves young, hungry, determined, naive, supple talent. Okay? That it can use up, honey. That's what it loves. That's what it loves. And Miss Normani versus Tate, in reference to that, we know both of these women obviously are great entertainers. Although I would have to say that Normani, I was flipping through YouTube earlier and I had come across a guy named Sam Dolphin's content, and it intrigued me about Normani versus Tate Mcrae. And I was like, interesting. And then I watched it, commented, of course, I do love his work. He's also a fellow musician, artist himself. And I said, you know what, I need to make my own version of this as well. With my 2 cents in there as well. So that's basically what I wanted to do, right? So, because I have some stuff to say. I never thought about it like that until I was seeing his video, because nobody else is doing a video on Tate Mcrae versus Normani, who's thinking like that, So, right. This is Judge and Jury of Music, aka Queen Millennial, and today I'm here to have a discussion that I would never thought about myself. Normani versus Tate Mcrae. The Hunger Games, basically, or whatever. Okay, I want to have a discussion of my interpretation of what I want to talk about for this particular episode between those two ladies, because I would have never put that together. Okay, so before we get into the meat and potatoes, as usual, a word. A huge shout out to Sam Dolphin for his video today, basically, on Normani versus Tate, which this is his I should say cover for the video he made. Now, I want to talk about real quick for the word of the day, and I'll also link his video in the description below. But I also want to talk about for the word of the day. You guys need to be extra careful out there, okay? Particularly going out and being among big crowds, Particularly not just going out to events, but excuse me, not just going out to events, but going out to like your job. Like sometimes you guys are out at your jobs and there's so many, you work for like a big establishment and there's so many employees, and some of us think that those little masks that we put over our faces are going to protect us, and I'm sorry to tell you, those masks don't usually really protect against anything. Okay, if there is something rolling around out there, you most likely will get it, unless somehow you're able to pull yourself out for a minute. I mean, that's just the crazy part about being the working poor. You're all subjected to, unfortunately, getting severely sick, and then it affects everything. Okay, your well-being, your ability to do what you need to do. It sucks, And I remember getting when I got my job at the Wynn on the Vegas Strip, because I live in Vegas. The next 2 days after orientation in the training room, somebody's sick and they get me sick. And I already have some debilitating disease my body's already fighting against. So it's a little bit easier for me to get sick with somebody around me. But these establishments are on the strip are huge. They have so many employees back and forth. And really, as human animals, we're not really meant to be around so many of us in one area. You know, we're not really supposed to be doing that. But here we are in this modern age. And so you got these big establishments that were all close. You don't know what this other person's been. It's just another employee that you may or may not know. It's a large establishment, and this is how it is for these resorts. And so you're hired in there, and then I get sick, you know. Oops. And then I get sick, and this will be the first time at one of those, you know. So I just get high, I get really, really sick. Makes things very difficult to focus, sneezing, all the other classmates sneezing for that particular orientation, training room, they're calling out, the teacher's sick. She's the one that actually started sneezing first. And so it was just like god awful for like 3 months. I was impacted the first 3 months. And so my lower back suffered. It was just awful. Then they let me go 3 months later. Laid off. And I looked at my bank and I decided to myself, hey, I got this much money in the bank. I want to go sit my ass down, because I knew what my expenses were versus what I actually have in income, right? Which is way more. So I said, I want to sit my ass down for a minute. F these corporations, whatever. And so ever since being away from being out there in the hustle and bustle, I haven't been sick, you know what I'm saying? I haven't been sick at all. I've been good. I've been gravy. And this is the way I prefer it. I mean, I wish I didn't have to go back to surgery for another one, but we all know that the savings, and if you're not bringing any income at all, it's going to run out. So, but not that I'm close, but we're close enough for we have to be looking for something else soon. But it's been a nice little break from being out there and having to hustle and bustle. We got to weigh health versus money, all this stuff we know that we have to do. So I was lucky enough to be able to do that. But eventually I had to go back out into the jungle. I'm not looking forward to it, particularly because of my health being jeopardized. But yeah, I'm just saying all this. I know this is long-winded, folks. We'll get into the subject in a minute, but I don't know how I want to do it. I don't know how y'all are going to do it, but just attempt to keep yourselves from large crowds. Because unfortunately, if you don't have your health, you really don't have anything. I'm telling you, for me, it was brutal for those first 3 months, getting sick like that. But I didn't miss one day. Anyway, this is It's That Girl or It's Not That Girl. Now, I'm Lena, the workhorse. And on this show, we talk about popular music and popular artists from today, yesterday and beyond, okay? Today, we are talking about Miss Normani versus Tate Mcrae. Honey, okay? Who is that girl? Okay, well, I can tell you who that girl is very easily right now. Okay, right now, I can tell you who's that girl. Okay, I can tell you who's hungry. Okay, because we all should know by now. The industry loves young, hungry, naive talent that's ready to work to the bone, honey. Okay, so make sure that you get your snacks, your drinks, your candy, I don't know, your popcorn, whatever you need to do to get comfortable. Put me up on the big screen, honey, because this is It's That Girl or It's Not That Girl. Here we go. Welcome back to It's That Girl or It's Not That Girl. Now, I am Peyton 3.0, the artist, musician, entertainer, not the content creator, not the YouTuber, and not the influencer. Okay? Now, those are great platforms and tools to build that brand, business name, but most importantly, the community. And hopefully you, yeah, I'm talking to you, will join this community today by hitting that like button and share people that you know that like artist commentary, reaction, and reviews. And of course, to truly become a part of this community today, you have to subscribe, comment, because YouTube algorithm loves a good comment section. Okay, and of course, notification bell. All right, the name of the game, one of the biggest goals today, besides the subscriptions, is actually engaging with the video. And just to let you know, it's not just watching it. You have to take an action. Engagement for YouTube is like, comment. Those are the top two. The other ones are subscribe, notification. But really, either be liking and be commenting. Okay, those are the two I expect from you. Okay, simply it's for you returning members, returning viewers. You know what you need. You know what you need to be doing. Okay, now let's go ahead and get right into this. All right, folks. So the music industry loves young, hungry, determined, naive, supple talent, okay, that it can use up, honey. That's what it loves. That's what it loves. And Miss Normani versus Tate, in reference to that, we know both of these women obviously are great entertainers, although I would have to say that Normani is best in all arenas of recording artists. Tate Mcrae lacks in the recording studio of the recording artist package. Okay, she's great on stage. She's a great performer. She knocks out all the other areas, music videos, whatever. But where she lacks when it comes to the skill is a true identity that makes her stand out, right? A true identity. And here's the thing people seem to misconstrue as well. A artist that can seem more generic, they can get fans in the streaming era all day, okay? They can get numbers all day because there are plenty of people out there who like the music to be bland and non-descriptive. Not that she is, because some of her singles do not, but as a body of work, she's not a body of work artist yet. Okay, none of these albums that Miss Tate has out, they don't have a unique, they don't have a USP. A USP is a unique selling point, a unique selling proposition. What makes her special when it comes to type of music? And the vocals, how they were processed on this last album. There's just something special about this album. Like I said, a single or two sports car, when not, yeah, that was the girl as far as the actual single. But most of the music on the album, I don't revisit that album from Tate Mcrae, because it's not that good. No, and I talked about that already before. Now I revisit Normani's album because there's a definitive identity going on that album. Okay, Normani doesn't know who she is. It's showing up in the music. Great. She's great on stage. She's great in the videos. Normani is that girl with the complete X factor, right? But the thing is, those are just the skills alone. But talent and skills can only bring you so far in an industry like this, okay? This is the halftime show, and I am Peyton 3.0, the brightest MC in the world. Okay, let me go ahead and get this show started for you. Here we go. This is an original exclusive. Verse 1. Blood pressure, you worked all day like the messenger. You worked so hard on the bills that all you do is cry me a freaking try. You punch that clock every freaking day. Still on the money you got to pay. Forget that me, I need relief. You gotta scream, you're the freaking cheap. Some take care of the freaking kids. Much of your plate for your freaking lid. Stress too much, always in no rush. You didn't even brush. You're feeling flush. What is it that you're gonna do? You gotta have some good relief in you. Time to get out when the music plays every freaking day. All I got to say is jump, hook. Turn that music loud. I want to see them hands in the crowd. You got to get it turned up. Get it turned up. Get it turned up. Get it turned up. Lose your mind to the beat. Shake it up. Keep moving them feet. You got to get it turned up. Get it turned up. Get it turned up. Get it turned up. And if you're stressing, no need for the guessing. Get it turned up. Get it turned up. Get it turned up. Get it turned up. Now everybody move them bodies. Get it turned up. Get it turned up. Get it turned up. Verse 2. Make it official, but like a missile. Gotta get out in the joy. Never self-destroy. You got issues, you think you're through? No one can say you, but you get a freaking clue. The night, like no one that feels right. Let the music make a hold of the touch of soul. Hit crazy, do your dance, baby. You think sit on here to recollect. Love is amazing, dance for is blazing. When you get in for the flow, it's self-control. And toxic, cause I'm like boxing. Feel this music permeate what my hands create. Can refuse it, go in and use it. Music is key to it's here to the greatest speed. Let's better hit it, go in and get it. Put yourself, don't receive, greater you'll achieve. Now hook again. Turn that music loud. I want to see them hands in the crowd. You got to get it turned up. Get it turned up. Get it turned up. Get it turned up. Lose your mind to the beat. Shake it up. Keep moving them feet. You got to get it turned up. Get it turned up. Get it turned up. Get it turned up. And if you're stressing, no need for the guessing. Get it turned up. Get it turned up. Get it turned up. Get it turned up. Now everybody move them bodies. Get it turned up. Get it turned up. Get it turned up. Verse 3. I want to see y'all bounce and twerk. Should the ground never see them things work?
Step up, gonna lose your mind. It's the music you seek, you find. I wanna see y'all bounce and twerk. Should the ground never see no things work. Pay attention, make it lead your stress. Come on, everybody, yes. I wanna see y'all bounce and twerk. Should the ground never see the thing work. Pay attention, make it lose your mind. Don't move me out of sight. I wanna see y'all bounce and twerk. Should the ground never see no things work. The music can relieve the stress. Now come on, everybody, yes. Turn that music hook. Turn that music loud. I want to see them hands in the crowd. You got to get it turned up. Get it turned up. Get it turned up. Get it turned up. Lose your mind to this beat. Shake it up. Keep moving on feet. You got to get it turned up. Get it turned up. Get it turned up. Get it turned up.
I know you're out there looking for a stress reliever.
You're looking for a stress reliever out there.
Drugs, the alcohol,
Here we
the
go.
food. But let me tell you what you need to do. Here we go.
Blood pressure, you worked all day like the messenger. Worked so hard that the bills are high. All you do is cry me a freaking try. Heart attack shock every freaking day. Still on your money, you got to pay. Fuck that shit, man, you need relief, but you got this grief for the fucking cheap. Some take care of the freaking kids. Munching your plate for your freaking lid. Stress too much, always in a rush. You need to brush, you're feeling flush. What is it that you're gonna do? Gonna have some relief in you. Time to get out with the music plays every freaking day. All I gotta say is jump, turn that music loud. I wanna see your hands in the crowd. You gotta get it turned up, get it turned up, get it turned up, get it turned up. Lose your mind to the beat. Shake it up, keep moving on feet. You gotta get it turned up, get it turned up, get it turned up, get it turned up. Get the stress.
And that is all I will be giving you, okay? Anyway, if you want to hear that song in its entirety, then comment in the comment section. You ready? Let me hear that song. And I most certainly will, absolutely for free.
Jolene, 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 I'm begging you, please, don't take my man. Jolene, 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 oh, begging you, please, don't take my man. The thing with this industry is that you have to be hungry to make it. You have to be hungry, and you have to be ready for that nice grueling schedule, and you have to hit it. If you're not hungry, there's always somebody younger, fresher, right under you that can take your spot. Normani does have competition. Now, Normani obviously decided to do the whole R&B pop thing, so to speak, more leaning on the R&B side of things. But again, she is a dancer, so that's why some of the songs on her album obviously don't make sense to her danceable skills. Although all the songs almost on the album for Tate Mcrae, not that great, but at least like she knows her lane. She just needs to define who she is as an artist. Okay, well, she got time. It's Normani. We've had many discussions before about this. We've had many discussions about this before. The thing is that when Tate Mcrae popped out the box, and no, she did not come from a group like Normani. But what she did when she popped out that box, honey, and it was her turn, she hit the ground running. Okay? She, bam, bam, bam. And she never stopped. Okay? She came out the box swinging. Still to this day, she's swinging, and she has to slow down one bit. She has not got out of her faces. Tate McRae is always in the headlines. Tate McRae is always working. Tate McRae is always releasing a video, a single. She's out there on the social medias. Tate McRae is hungry. She's younger than Normani. And as far as the dancing category in pop, whatever, she's also a white woman, okay? And we know that in categories where you don't typically find black women, you are going to have to work 10, 15, 20 times harder, okay? So you just have to be ready for that. But people are already rooting for Normani before she even left the group, okay? But the thing is, it doesn't matter about the record company that you're on. There's only so many years that can go by where you don't have an appropriate excuse. You release these songs, these singles, like you're Cardi B, honey. And no album until finally 50 years later, okay? And you don't even release any music videos for the album. You don't stay around and promote. You don't seem to really care. Good album, by the way. Great album, by the way. This is an album I'm gonna go back to. But the thing with Normani is that she's just not hungry. She's not hungry. And it shows. Because the hungry people, no matter what, they're going to find a way. If they already got the opportunity, they're going to find a way. They're going to be recording stuff, doing stuff all the time. They're going to be staring at people's faces. They're really going to be doing it. Okay? She had the whole brand deal and socialite thing down. Yeah, she had that down. But does she have her recording artist down? No. She had her fans begging for too long. Tate McRae came out the box popping hot. Normani did not come out the box popping hot. She didn't have the same fire once she became solo. Once she became solo like Tate McRae. Okay? Shout out to Miss Victoria Monet over there. Anyway. Normani was supposed to be that girl. Normani excuse me. You had everybody in the big leagues endorsing her. Nicki Minaj. She said, "Don't play on that girl Normani" at the award show. She said, "Don't play my girl Normani." Everybody's hyping her up just for it to be a fizz pop fizzle, honey. Okay. But here comes this girl out of nowhere, Miss Tate McRae, honey. Come in and snatch your wig and come for your life. Come give you a run for your money. Come to snatch your wig and give you a run for your money. Okay, don't ever think that nobody's coming behind you. Don't ever think. This goes for everybody out there in the industry. Don't ever think that you're so special, especially if it's not a specialty kind of job that you have, and being an entertainer is not. It's not. Don't ever think that if for a job that everybody's clamoring for, that you cannot be replaced, that you're so special, because you're not. Because you're not. Somebody is coming to snatch your wig off soon, honey. Be prepared for that. That means you gotta stay on it. You gotta stay hungry and maintain for years. Normani, despite whatever little challenges she was having, she just wasn't doing that. And right now, she's definitely not hungry. Now she got that man, that husband, that whatever, to distract her. She put out one album and ghosted. This girl, in the time that this have come out, she's put out what, 3 albums? Despite the quality or lack thereof of an identity in the albums, the girl has been working. She's put out those 3 albums in a short amount of time, while Normani has just plooped out one and ran. So once again, the industry likes what? They like young, hungry, ready to go, compliant, ambitions, young talent. They want to know who they can milk. They want to know who can follow the rules. They want to know, are you the girl? They want to know, are you that girl? And let me tell you, who is clearly the girl. Anyway, who is clearly the girl right now as we speak? The girl is Miss Tate Mcrae. See, she came to eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Normani, she's cold. Okay? She's cold, honey. She's not popping hot. She's in an industry where the girlies are constantly being compared to each other in a lot of ways. You know, she's headed towards the 30s. Miss Tate Mcrae is in her young, supple, early 20s. Not that means anything, because things are being defied to some degree with some ladies in the industry being over a certain age in their 30s or 40s. But this is more from people who have been established, and it's because they need some of those legendary people to really save the industry, because they know a lot of people under them, they're not going to get superstars to that caliber. They're not going to get into Beyonce because that window has closed, right? They're not going to get another Gaga because that window has closed. They're not going to get other superstars to that caliber. Okay, so some of those legacy acts, those legendary acts, those iconic acts are still around for that very reason, because that window has closed and it's just not talent being produced the way it used to be produced to that great magnitude, the way that the last great generation, in my opinion, not biased because I'm part of that generation, the millennials, okay? And yes, there are a few exceptions in Gen Z, but there's just not enough exceptions in Gen Z. because of Gen Millennial and before, you had a lot of examples to choose from for greatness. In Gen Z, you really have to look between the weeds, honey. Because if you had a lot of great talents like that, like you used to have in this generation, people like I just mentioned would have been pushed out and gone, or they really would have to fight for their lives. The breath. Okay, Sierra, she would be gone. The Mayas, the Independent. There's so many people to mention that are still around. That's getting booked well into like their 40s that would not be around if there were actually young, talented people who are just as talented as they are, right? There's just not that many. We're at a rare crossroads in the industry that has never really been seen before. Okay. But the Gen Z girls are fumbling the ball now. They're fumbling the ball. Well, Gen Z period is fumbling in a lot of ways. Is fumbling the ball. Okay, honey, fumbling and it dropped. But there is a girl that came along, and she's ready to take Normani's spot. Get her out of here. Okay, we got somebody that's young, hungry, who's working. Normani, especially since they're on the same label. Woo, yeesh. That's always a recipe for disaster, because it's like those budgets are going to really be going to Miss Tate Mcrae, honey. The budgets, because she's out here trying to hit it. 3 albums already, honey. All these music videos, she's hitting it. She's licking Normani. She's licking Normani with a spoon. Normani, unfortunately, she was that girl. But today, right here, right now, Normani is not that girl. The girl is Tate. That girl is Tate. That girl is Tate Mcrae. Even though Normani is better in some ways, she's got the full package. Unfortunately, talent don't mean nothing if it ain't working. Okay? And they're both talented, but like I said, Normani is better at this point in her skill level. And she's a complete package. Tate Mcrae is still working on some things. Okay? But the thing is that when the most talented person in the room is not really working like that or at all, the hardest working person who's working it off and maybe not as talented is the one that's going to come in and give you a run for your money and take your spot. And in this instance, that is Tate Mcrae. Oh yes. Oh yes. But let me know what you think in the comment section, okay? I actually want to hear from you. This has been Peyton 3.0, the artist, the musician, the entertainer, not the content creator, not the YouTuber, and not the influencer. If you got your entire life today and I made you think about something, then please go ahead and hit that like button now. I'll wait. Thank you. And do share people that you know that like artist commentary, reaction, and reviews. And of course, to truly become a part of this community today, you gotta do a couple things. Number one, actually engaging with the video. Okay? Because this is a two-way street on YouTube. This ain't TikTok. This is a two-way street on YouTube, okay? You do your part, I do mine. Subscribe, comment, notification bell, okay? Subscribe, comment, notification bell. Say it with me. It's a chance, folks. Say it with me. Like, subscribe, comment, notification bell. Come on, say it again. Like, subscribe, comment, notification bell. Okay. Thank you so much for being here today. Yes. I got some things I gotta do. Let's talk in the comment section. Bye-bye. You still here? You know the show's over, right? Okay, I understand. You want to hang out some more because you just found my personality so magnetic. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Here's what we can do. There's going to be a video that pops up on the screen right here. I'm going to need you to go ahead and click on that video. Okay, and I'll meet you over there. All right? Have a great day.